extending learning activities and resources for the book Mae Among the Stars. Again, that book is written by Roda Ahmed and it is illustrated by Stasia Burrington. And it's all about Mae Jemison, the very first African-American woman to go into space. So the ideas that I have for you can be super simple. It doesn't have to be anything too extravagant. But if you're using this book as a tool or resource for teaching children about space, or even if you just want to read it to them and just add some extension activities into your areas. I always tell teachers, even if you learn about something specific, there's nothing wrong with adding additional things into your environment for children. It helps to engage them even more. It helps to extend on learning when you read books such as Mae Among the Stars. So one of the things that I would do first would be a language and literacy activity where I get to talk to the children at the table, rotate them out. I'm big on that versus trying to do it in big, large groups because they can get a little fidgety and they don't want to sit for too long, and it's not developmentally appropriate for these guys to do so. So I would gather them in a small group activity and I will call on a few and I'll call on a few more and just simply head it. What do you want to be when you grow up? I'll put their names in one column, the description in the other column. Some of the things I've done in the past is add photographs to go along with what it is that they say they want to be. An example would be if a child says, I want to be a firefighter, then when they have on a firefighter hat, I will take a picture of them and I will add that to the line where their name is. So they have a picture depiction as well as that print-rich environment. So those are some really cool things to do. Make sure you guys place that on the wall where it's visible, eye level for them to see. Now, oftentimes we want to put it up where the parents can see it, which if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but make two. It needs to be visible for the children and accessible to them. If you don't have the wall space, then just simply make a little book out of it, laminate it, put it inside your library area for them to manipulate, look at, and talk about. Remember, we're trying to build that language. But this book offers more than just a language. It offers that science and sensory as well. I would include things inside of the art area for them to draw pictures of space like Mae did inside of her bedroom. And I will also make sure that the easel is up and ready for these guys to paint. Paper is there, things of that nature. You can also make what they call Play-Doh, like sort of like the plate, they use a regular Play-Doh recipe, but then you can add things to it. You can call it like space Play-Doh or something like that. And you can add like a little, you know, black food coloring, the gel food coloring, just a little, so it can turn a little gray, so it can kind of mimic the moon. And then you can add various different things in it, like little rock pieces or maybe glitter and something like that. And the kids can manipulate with that in their math area. So in your dramatic play area, throw some boxes together in there. Have these guys build their own space shuttle like Mae did, or even their own costume like she did in her bedroom. So those are some things to do in the various different areas. I do want to show you guys something that I purchased on Amazon, and it's called a solar system stress ball set. And it's a group of stress balls that looks like the solar system, different planets. So that's what it looks like inside. And it came with information cards, which are really cool. Like for instance, this one says the Earth. And what I love about it is that here's the Earth right here. So the kids can actually match the planets with the card. And I think that's really important. Like I said, they're stress balls. So if they throw them or someone gets hit with them, no one will get hurt. Because we know things like that can happen, right? But there's facts on the back of the card. So this one actually says Earth is our home planet. It has air, it has water. It is the 5th largest planet in the solar system. It's made of rock and metal, and it's the only planet in our solar system with human life. So this is something that you can actually show the children. Now, I laminated these. They're already made like cardstock. I laminated them so that they can be a little bit more sturdy and they'll last a little longer. Now, one of the cards that they have, because they do feature all of the planets, but one of them is the actual solar system. So you can see that the solar system, but on the back, there's resources. Now, you can add these resources to like a newsletter to a parent and say, hey, we learned a little bit about space in a book. Here's the book and the title. I always used to give my parents titles of books and the things that we were reading. And then you can let them know, like, hey, here's some other resources that you can do with them at home. You need to bring in that community, that collaboration, especially if you are accredited. And that is something that's so important. Figure out ways to do that, but that's just one way. So I gave you guys some pretty good tips in and what things that you can do, from language and literacy to your art area to dramatic play to working with your parents and collaborating with them with the things that your children are learning. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep exploring and keep reading. I'll see you guys next time.